I was crazy enough to play and watch a combined 1,175 games of exclusively solo queue, all to make this video. It seems like everyone, everywhere, only talks about how bad solo queuing is. Yet I knew that success and fun are still possible solo queuing. I saw a certain group of people able to be successful and even enjoy solo queuing.
Lifeline!
So I decided to infiltrate this group and steal their secrets. I set out on a journey. I would not stop until I answered the one simple question of how to solo queue in Apex Legends and be successful, and thus create the ultimate solo queue guide, which I could turn into this video. I spent countless hours solo queuing myself, even reaching masters, spectating teammates, and watching other solo queuers at every level of the game. There is not a single piece of solo queue content out there that I did not watch. I analyzed gameplay and recorded the results. Over time, I began to see similarities in the data. I discovered rules for how to solo queue successfully, and I found the reasons why you are solo queuing wrong. The first thing I noticed was the choice of legends. I recorded legend choices for myself and other solo queuers for 100 games. I only recorded it if the game was won on that legend and tried to get people at a variety of ranks and skill levels. Out of those 100 games, 27 were won on Wraith, 20 on Horizon, 17 on Octane, 11 on Pathfinder, 25 with other legends, and 0 on Crypto. The results were clear. The most successful solo queuers were playing mobility legends. Across the board, the solo queue players winning games and getting kills time and time again went with movement legends as opposed to anything else. And the reason is simple: not dying. I found that solo queue players need to be more dynamic and less reliant on teammates. And a mobility legend is the first step towards doing that. But legend choice is only the beginning of something greater. It is only the first part of a master plan. After carefully carrying out all of this research, conducting experiments, gruelingly analyzing gameplay, I came to this conclusion. The only way to be successful in solo queue Apex Legends is with a precise and specific playstyle. Playstyle is what separates good solo queuers from bad ones. Yes, aim matters. Yes, movement matters. Even getting yelled at by random teammates to come revive them in the middle of a fight matters. But playstyle matters more. And the best news is, I figured out what that playstyle is, so you don't even have to. It starts with how you take the 3 versus 3 fights. Despite what the 3 stackers and premade squads want you to believe, solo queuers have to go about these fights very differently. Someone with a premade squad wants a straight up 3v3 fight. They know their teammates, how to play with them, and they know they can rely on them. But the exact opposite is true of solo queuers. We would rather have 3 separate 1v1s, not a 3v3. Solo queuers aren't familiar with their teammates, which puts us at a disadvantage in a 3v3 fight. But by breaking the fight up so each player is in a 1v1, the situation becomes very manageable and even beneficial. What I mean by that is solo queuers are used to fighting and playing alone, and 3 stackers are used to relying on their teammates in fights. It'll completely flip the nature of a fight if you come at it from this angle. So what does that look like? Well, for one, as a solo queuer, if you have an isolated 1v1 fight, take it, and be confident you can win. But in team fights, spread out a little bit. Take your own space, allow your teammates space to cook, and give yourself the same thing. But it also means doing something I know you already do. Third partying has become the bread and butter of solo queuers. Executing a flawless third party gives us solo queuers satisfaction like no other. And I'm here to tell you that's good. Keep doing it. I was curious about this exact thing when I first started making this video because it's a bit of a controversial topic in the solo queue community. So I recorded the amount of kills that 25 different solo queuers got in 2 separate winning games, and how many were from third partying and how many were from team fights. The results were largely in favor of third parties. It shows that 45% of kills were from third parties, 21% from team fights, and 24% from other things. And I noticed something even further. Almost all of the kills from team fights were in the first few minutes of the game. So I went even farther and recorded the time each kill happened. And what I found confirmed my theory. Out of all teamfight kills, 76% happened in the first 5 minutes of the game. Solo queuers weren't taking fights mid-game, they were taking them early game, and more specifically at the POI they landed at. Okay, Let's do something crazy and pretend I'm a moderately skilled solo queue player who is trying to win games, get kills, and not die. I should play by teamfighting early game at my drop spot if it is contested, but after that mainly looking to third party. I should try to break up my fights into 1v1s so I don't have to overly rely on my teammates and put me on even ground with pre-made squads. Doing this should help me be more successful in my games and not want to uninstall Apex every time I get off. But the solo queue savage lifestyle is far more advanced and complex than just that. During my journey of watching every single second of solo queue content I could find, one thing became very apparent: the importance of communication. Believe me guys, it doesn't take long watching Shiv yell at his teammates to see how much of a difference it makes in the team's gameplay.
Lifeline! Lifeline! Where's me?
No, but I am actually serious on this one. Any good or decent solo queuer communicates with their team, even if it's not macro calls or huge decisions. The communication helps the team and makes your teammates more likely to use their mics too. And I don't mean just on meeting to ask for light ammo. I mean actually making callouts in fights and discussing decisions. Like before, I was curious on how much of a difference using a microphone actually makes, so I ran a little experiment. I played 75 games of solo trios in public matches. For the first 25 games, I did not use my microphone at all, not even to call my teammates trash after we died. Out of these games, I won 3 and placed top 5 7 times. Not bad, but definitely not what I would consider successful. For the next 25 games, I didn't change my playstyle at all, but used my mic to make callouts only. Out of these games, I won 3, but placed top 5 12 times, 5 more than when I wasn't using my microphone at all. For the last 25 games, I used my microphone to its full potential. I was making callouts, telling my teammates what I thought we should do, and making decisions for the team. In these games, I won 5, which isn't anything crazy or revolutionary, I know, but that is a 20% win rate. And as for how many top 5s I got, I placed top 5 15 times. The results of this experiment directly support the theory I had from watching other people solo queue. Using your microphone leads to more success when solo queuing, and the more you use your microphone to make bigger decisions, the more it helps. If you think about it, communication and team chemistry are the only real disadvantages solo queuers have compared to pre-made squads. So the goal here is to minimize this disadvantage as much as possible by using your mic and talking with the team. Which brings us into the next area I was interested in: how to play with teammates. A lot of people are of the opinion that all random teammates are trash, but through my own experience, I knew that wasn't true. Yes, I said it. I don't think all random teammates are trash. You can click off this video now if that's what you want. It's fine, I won't be offended. But I do think the assumption that they are leads people to not play with their teammates and give up on them before the game even starts. The way to test this was easy. Do I really need teammates? I played 30 games of public matches. 10 no-fill games, 10 games where I had teammates but still kind of did my own thing in fights, and 10 games where I used as much teamwork as possible. In the no-fill games, I won 0, because I'm not Fade, and I got a total of 18 kills. However, half of those kills were from a single game. In the majority of the games, I died early with 0 kills. Those games were very inconsistent. I had one pop-off game, but a lot of bad ones. In the next 10 games, I was actually really interested to see what happened. For the most part, this is the playstyle I use when I play public matches, prioritizing myself over the team. Sorry guys, I'm a bad teammate. My theory was that I could get more kills but win less. Throughout these games, I got 28 kills and won once. For the remaining games, I fully played with my teammates. Teamwork makes the dream work, even in situations where I would have made different decisions. I didn't push any fights where my teammates weren't right beside me and put the team over myself. I won a total of 3 games and got 31 kills. Surprisingly, this was slightly more than in the 10 games where I did my own thing. The difference is only 3 kills though, which is small enough to be insignificant, especially when I only played 10 tester games. This did prove my original theory to be wrong though. I got around an equal number of kills in the games where I played with my teammates and those where I did my own thing. However, I noticed something else in the process. The amount of kills the team got in the games where I focused on teamwork were much higher, even though my individual kills were about the same. In ranked, this would equate to significantly higher RP per game. Through this experiment, in the time I spent analyzing others, I can confidently say, solo queuers who are team players are generally more successful than those who are not. I understand random teammates can be a little questionable at times, but no matter how bad they are, and they can be pretty bad, they are still useful. Let me tell you a little story about back in my solo queue days. On my journey to Masters, if I realized I had a bad teammate, I would use them as bait. I would play behind them as a support player and wait for them to get shot at, and then shoot at whoever was shooting at them. I mean, not to brag, but I even killed a few pros this way. Shout out Stay Naughty and Nick Mercs. But the point is, I would be worse off trying to 1v3, even though my teammates weren't doing a lot. The truth is, you are always better off with teammates no matter how bad they are. Especially when you use your mic to politely push your teammates in the right direction, you'll notice you are better off with teammates than without. But still, respawn solo mode when? In the meantime, please like this video and subscribe. If you can't tell, this video took a lot of work to make, even more than usual. And as of right now, I am not monetized, so liking the video and subscribing would mean a lot to me. Fade is one of Apex's best solo queuers, and my last video was actually an analysis of him and his unique playstyle, so go check that out right now. Other than that, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.